Whether it's the diverse assortment of enemies or the equally large amount of different weapons you can build, tower defense games have always been a personal favorite of mine. So that's what I'm going to talk about today, the top 5 web-based tower defense games. So no mobile games unless they have a free browser version, and also because these web games tend to have an obnoxious amount of sequels, I've chosen to include the entire series in some cases. And now remember, this is my list. So if you have a different opinion on the subject matter, then please feel free to make your own video and leave it in the comments. And if you do like the idea of me doing lists or any of the other daily quest content, please hit the subscribe button, because seeing that number go up just gives me a special feeling inside that I quite enjoy. At number 5, I put the GemCraft series. The relatively detailed background textures and flashy attack animations makes it easy on the eyes, and it kept you entertained for longer than expected. The towers were simple yet fun to use. They're color-coordinated gems that use elemental attacks, so blue slowed enemies, red did extra attack, and so on and so on. There was also a very nice difficulty curve, so the levels that were hard also felt fair most of the time. At number 4 is desktop tower defense. This made the list because of its originality at the time. Instead of monsters or creeps following a fixed path to the other side, the whole map was open, so you would have to build towers in a way that would create a path. Otherwise, you got monsters all over the place, and nobody likes that. But this made the game especially hard in the early levels, because you didn't have enough points to build the towers from one end of the screen to the other. And like some other tower defense games, it also had what kind of enemy would be coming in the next wave displayed at the bottom, so you could prepare accordingly. At number 3, I put Onslaught Tower Defense. Although all the levels were bland shades of brownish beige, the game ended up being extremely entertaining. All of these base weapons could be modified with other towers, so you can make cool weapons like napalm rockets or nukes, or even a makeshift black hole gun. And once you got a lot of towers on the screen, it was just a mess of lasers and explosions. Other than that, there was nothing spectacular about the game. It just stands out as one of the ones that I played the most and my personal favorites. At number 2, we have the Bloons Tower Defense series, and this series is probably the most well-known out of all the games I listed. These dart and boomerang wielding monkeys have won the hearts of millions of people, and you're not fighting monsters or machines. Your sworn enemy in this game is the dreaded balloon. This game has a charm about it that other tower defense games just don't have, and once you get the super monkey that fires lasers out of his eyes, you start to feel really powerful, where no balloon will be left unpopped on your watch until you see those blimps. And finally, at number 1, the whole reason why I made this list actually, is Castle Defense. See, this game isn't the most creative. It had a simple background and a small choice of only 3 towers with only 3 enemies. Its difficulty curve could be described as harsh and unfair. The enemies are relatively uninspired. There's fast, tanky, and normal. The fast enemies had way too much health, so they're the reason that you died most of the time. It was to the point where beating level 7 showed whether or not you can consider yourself good at castle defense. But I played this game for hours and hours and hours, and I played this game so much that I knew exactly what to buy, when to buy it, where to place it, and when to sell. And the reason I played this game so much is because of school. See, schools across the world have website blockers that you couldn't go on fun sites like YouTube or Newgrounds with. But a site that was allowed at the time was coolmath.com, and the only tower defense game on that site was Castle Defense. So when I was in school, every study hall was a full period of playing this game, making sure that the teachers weren't looking and staying completely unproductive until I got to the final level, which actually I never did. I was never able to beat it. I've seen it beaten, but I was not the Castle Defense Grandmaster. Trust me, there were actually a lot of people trying to be the best at Castle Defense in that study hall. So there is my top 5 tower defense games list. Again, click that subscribe button if you want to hear more about games and listen to me discuss various things about them. This is the first list I've done, but if you enjoyed the top 5 list, although I'm not sure how many I'll do in the future, please click the like button, and don't forget about the Daily Quest Discord, where I'll talk to you guys about our videos, take your feedback, and sometimes just shoot the shit for a little while. The link is in the description. Peace out.